RuneLite has thousands of plugins. There's stat trackers, entity hiders, skill helpers, because clicking agility marks is hard. Some even let you pet capybaras. Welcome back to the shadowy underworld of plugins no one installs, either because they're brand new, weirdly specific, or just a bit off. Some clearly deserve their obscurity, others may be a gem in the rough. Speaking of gems, have you seen, heard, or tried the new Gemstone Crab boss? Because unless you've been hiding under a rock, Vulnerable Part 3 has just dropped a brand new Gemstone Crab. This crab is perfect for all you AFKers. You can attack it for 10 minutes straight as a group, then it burrows away to another location. To keep up, you just crawl through a nearby tunnel, and before you know it, you're right back into the AFK action. Time to return to your favourite second monitor content. But have you ever gone too AFK? You tab back in, and you're just standing there, staring into the void, wasting precious XP. Terrible form, that's for sure. Well, with the new plugin, Gemstone Crab Timer, with 416 installs, that should never happen again. This plugin makes sure no XP gets wasted. It tracks the Gemstone Crab's boss HP and sends a notification when it hits a specific percentage. By default, that's 2%, which gives you about 12 seconds to react, but it's fully customizable, so you can tweak it however you like. By the time you tab back in, it's time to start running to the next location. The plugin even highlights the nearby tunnel and labels it tunnel, so you can't miss it. This game is so hard. Of course, for you seasoned professionals, the tunnel highlight can be turned off for a more hardcore gameplay experience. You can even change the tunnel's color, peak gameplay, and that's not the only customization. You can also set the notification message to whatever you want. Mine says, crab needs to be slapped again. Charming, I know. And we haven't even got to the best part of the plugin, the built-in DPS checker. Right now, everyone's testing different setups for this boss. It varies depending on your combat level, the gear you've got, and which style you're training. So finding a one-size-fits-all setup can be challenging. That's where the DPS tracker comes in. It measures how much damage you're doing per second. The more DPS usually means more XP, and more XP means more dopamine. Number go up equals good. This plugin's already had a couple of updates. Now it shows how much XP you've gained per kill, how long you've been whacking the crab, and how much time is left before it burrows away. For the stat nerds, it also tracks how many crabs you've killed while the plugin's on. Yeah, I know it's not technically a kill. You can also see the top 3 damage dealers in the fight, plus a few bonus stats when mining the rocks. Speaking of mining, there's an optional gem tracker of every shiny rock you pull from the crab. And of course, it's customizable, so you can just hide it if not. So yeah, this plugin actually makes the crab even easier than it already was. This next plugin is an absolute game changer. If you saw my last obscure plugins video, you'll remember I spent a lot of time running around petting capybaras, because they absolutely deserve it. And at the end, I suggested someone should make a plugin so we could pet the alpacas. Now if you could, make us one to pet the alpacas, that'd be lovely. Oh, that was a sick neck wiggle. Somebody's only gone and done it. Thanks to Natty Zord, the dream is now a reality. The plugin's called Pet the Alpaca, simple, and it currently has a whopping 4 installs. Now, let's unpack it together. When you're near any alpacas, your character will get the overwhelming urge to pet one, and will literally scream it out loud above their head. There are 8 different lines in total to tempt you into giving them a pat, and when you finally give in, a new pet option appears when you right click them. Click it, and your character leans in for the pat, and you get a nice little game chat message for each pet. And these aren't just chat messages though. They have a rarity. Some are common, some are rare. So it basically has its own collection log. Currently there's 18 common lines and 5 rare ones to collect. And guess what? It doesn't stop there. This plugin also keeps track of every single alpaca pet you've done. So you can flex your alpaca pet count to your friends. It displays the total every 10 pets. Now this is a plugin I can get behind. So please, get the plugin installed and get petted. Leave a comment below with how many pets you've managed to achieve. Have you ever used the hand egg items from Diango? Their entire purpose is to be chucked at other players so they can catch them. This has many functions, whether that to be to make friends or just to piss people off. Really useful, I know. The only problem is, the target has to have empty hands in order to catch the item, so that means nothing equipped, which in today's game is rare to see, more or less impossible, with all the efficient scapers out there. But with the plugin Empty Hands indicator, with a modest 124 installs, you'll be able to locate all your potential targets instantly. The plugin highlights every nearby player who has empty hands. You can customize how these are highlighted, whether that's outlined, overhead text, or both. The customization is pretty decent too. You can pick who gets highlighted, whether that's friends, clanmates, or literally everyone else. And you can even set custom colors for each group. There's also an option to defend yourself with a check your hands section. This essentially gives you an aggressive strobe light when your own hands are empty, so you'll never catch an egg again. But turn this plugin on and get quick scoping. It's good fun.
Whoa!
Well, that felt good to roll back the years, but I guess we should get back to it. This next one's actually a serious plugin, one that might genuinely save you some pain. Have you ever gone to kill an undead monster, maybe on a Slayer task, maybe at a boss, and either forgotten or just not realised that you should have been wearing your Salve amulet the whole time to gain a big DPS boost? If your answer is no, you're probably lying. With the Salve Reminder plugin, currently 4 installs, you'll definitely never forget again. Well, you might, but it'll remind you to put it back on. When you attack an undead monster without a salve equipped, a notification will flash your chosen salve amulet right on the screen. Is it subtle? No, but you can turn off the flash if you want. Effective? Absolutely. But it's smarter than just put it on. It'll also tell you when to take it off. Like if you're already wearing a Slayer helm or black mask, since the bonuses don't stack. It will display that you got a Slayer helm on, so take it off. And if you're fighting something that's not undead with it equipped, it will flash too, just to shame you for being clueless. Of course, you can tweak it. You can toggle the flash on or off. You can change how many ticks the warning lingers after combat. You can also customize which salve amulet you want to show, whether that's Salve Amulet E, or Salve Amulet EI. This plugin also really complements the Salve Amulet Checker plugin, which does a similar thing just at bloat and mystics. It's a nice quality of life plugin. Are you a minigame enjoyer like me? If you didn't know, I've actually got a minigame only series where I'm locked to just minigames with the goal of achieving a fire cape. One of RuneScape's many minigames is called Mahogany Homes. This is where you have to hop between cities and help citizens refurbish their homes, as you basically become RuneScape's very own Nick Knowles. Anyway, as a reward, they offer you a cup of tea, which if you're British like me, is great, but if you're not British, probably not so much, and you probably have no idea who Nick Knowles is. This is where the plugin Coffee Lover, 305 installs, comes in. This plugin allows you to switch up your hot beverage of choice. If you're sick of getting a cup of tea, psychos, then you can change it to something else with a bit more of a kick. Coffee. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time. Let's see it in action. To start with, I'll just do the usual tea run. Any excuse to get a cup of tea, which they offer me after a nice day's work. I drink it instantly and tell the world it was a nice cuppa. But sometimes even I'm partial to a nice coffee. So let's try it with the plugin on. Another long shift done, time for my reward. Ooh, a nice cup of coffee, which I also need to inform the world of. Unfortunately, the chat message remains the same, however that can't be changed, so let it go. This nice little plugin was made by a fellow creator Skeldor, and ironically, the next plugin also was. Isn't exactly obscure. More of an honourable mention, but it deserves all the attention it can get. Have you ever walked past a body of water in RuneScape and thought to yourself, damn, this really needs some ducks? Well, 2 years ago, another great content creator, Scaping Detected, had that exact thought, and even made a Reddit post asking for ducks in the Unil pond. And thanks to Skeldor's plugin wizardry, that dream became a reality, with Goose currently sitting at a healthy 4,058 installs. What this plugin does, it sticks nice little ducks in empty bodies of water around the game. It's so good it even has its own YouTube trailer.
Pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always at the guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Hey little mama, yeah, you heard about me. I'ma pop you like a pea, yeah, at a mommy. Yeah, feel so hot like I'm chilling on the beach. Yeah, baby in the sun like the Teletubbies. Ball singing low while I pop a bottle off of your chain swinging, clang clang, and it costs a lot. Bitch, I'm always after guala, yeah, and you are not badass beat. Keep on going till you hit the spot. Whoa, I'm a big bag hunter with the bow. She got a big bed, number drop it low. Mama called me and she happy with the grow. Never ever fall for a thotty, that's an oath.
Now that was absolute cinema. Well played, Skeldor. Well played. If you're interested in his other content, go check him out. Now back to the ducks. These ducks are scattered all across the game. The Unil Pond, Zoandra, and even in your own home. So you can officially say you have a pet. Nice work. They'll look real good next to your pet rock and goldfish. The plugin even lets you silence the ducks. But why would you ever want to do that? So if you find an empty body of water that you think could be suitable to house some ducks, hopefully Jagex have learned from their previous empty lake mistakes, then leave it in the comments below, and maybe one day a duck can call it home. Have you recently decked out your player-owned home because you're either too broke for a portal nexus or too low level to build one? Just take a look at mine, it's pathetic. Do you have so many portals that you've completely lost track of where they even go? At first glance, all you've got is the colour. And let's be real, nobody remembers all the portal colours. And if you do, you're actually insane. Enter POH Portal labels with a modest 823 installs. This plugin slaps a nice little text label on your portals, showing exactly where they'll teleport you. You can place the text at the bottom, middle, or top of the portal, wherever you prefer. So whether you're in your own house or snooping around someone else's, you'll instantly know exactly where each portal leads. And if you want to get stylish, you can even customize each portal's color individually by picking them yourself, or even using the built-in unique color picker. Or just pick one color for everything if you're lazy like me. Simple, useful, a literal lifesaver for anyone with a goldfish memory. You're welcome. For those of you not aware, there's an OSRS game mode called Group Iron Man. This is where you play with the same rules as a normal Iron Man, but with the additional option to form a group with up to 4 friends. This allows you to boss together, trade together, and progress together. My main account these days is actually a Group Iron Man account, as you can see. So I'm happy to introduce our team, Rex on the Beach. We're a team of 5, but basically it's a team of 3 these days. This team consists of Rex's Claw, he's been MIA for about 3 years now. Myself, Rex's left leg, Rex's right leg, he spooned a shadow at 10kc normal TOA and has never let us live it down. And Rex's third leg, currently 600kc dry in CG and counting. Here are our fallen heroes. One of the best features of Group Iron Man is the shared bank storage. With this you can pass items around, lend each other gear and share rare drops. But let's be honest, it can also be one of the worst features. Because if your group's anything like mine, there's always one guy. I'm looking at you, Rex's right leg, who borrows an item, uses it once, and never puts it back. So you either have to make do with average gear, or you have to go chase him down like you're a debt collector. Well, with the plugin, Group Storage Reminder, just 83 installs, you can finally hold your teammates accountable. This should stop your own right legs from forgetting to put the items back into the group storage. So how does this plugin work, you may ask? It's simple. All you have to do is add items you wish to be reminded about to the plugin's items list, 1 item per row. Once they're in, the plugin checks your bank, inventory, and worn gear. If it finds a match, the item gets flagged in a dialog box and highlighted with a nice little Group Iron Man logo. For items that degrade or use charges, you can get fancy with it. When you add a specific item like Games Necklace 6, only Games Necklace 6 is returned. Or if you don't care which variant gets returned, just slap an asterisk at the end like this, Games Necklace, asterisk, and boom, it will fuzzy match them all. Understandably, the dialog box of all the reminder items could get quite annoying, so you can customize this too. Or just put the items back in the group storage like you were supposed to. The plugin does display the reminder info box every time you enter the bank. You can also set how many seconds after leaving the bank before the info box is hidden again. And the second you open that logout tab, you get a big red blinking warning saying, items not in the storage, to prompt you even more to give back them items. You also don't have to use the standard Group Iron Man logo. You can either use Hardcore Group logo, the dreaded green helm logo, or if you prefer, there's an array of other logos you can choose if that's what you fancy. You can also customize when you see the little icons, whether that's while the bank is open, always, or not at all. And like always, you can change the color of the warning text to something suitably passive aggressive. So, Rex's right leg, this is a formal plea. Please install this plugin, because even just trying to get this segment, I struggled to find many rare items to showcase because they're just collecting dust in your bank. But that's enough roasting the right leg. Let's turn the heat up elsewhere. Winter Todd, the minigame of dreams for Iron Men and the common killer of hardcores. If you weren't aware, a while back, Jagged swapped out the traditional health bar for a new warmth meter. Winter Todd now slowly, or quickly depending on your gear, chips away at your warmth meter, and if that ever hits 0, you perish. And let's be honest, it usually happens whilst you're distracted watching Netflix, YouTube, or some other high efficiency second monitor content, resulting in leaving your items and potentially hardcore status behind. To stop that from ever happening, I recommend a little failsafe, the Warmth Alert plugin, currently sitting at 850 installs. It's incredibly simple but extremely effective. You get 2 main features, a warmth threshold that lets you decide when you want to be warned about your warmth getting too low, a choice of alerts when you hit that threshold, either an on-screen overlay or a tray notification. Both can be toggled however you like. So to quickly demonstrate how it works, I've set my warmth to be 75%, so the second my warmth goes below 75, it will send an on-screen overlay. You can customize the color and opacity of this overlay as well. But yeah, that's it. No nonsense, just a lifesaver, and honestly, I'll be using this on my minigame only account, assuming I still have hardcore by then. And that wraps up today's tour through the weird, wonderful, and occasionally life-saving plugins of RuneLite. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more obscure plugin content. Got a favourite plugin I missed? Or maybe one I need to cover in the next episode? Leave it in the comments below. And if you missed the first obscure plugin video, go watch it. It's basically this, but with more capybaras. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.